Starlight has become so powerful that she can use magic without using her horn. Apparently, if you squeeze a unicorn, they'll squeeze whatever they're holding for no reason. Perpetual energy has been discovered. All you need is a magical hug from a unicorn. Trixie teacupifies these pans, then a few moments later, they're all back. Trixie once heard the term teacup poodle, and since Google doesn't exist in Equestria, this is what she pictured. Also, Trixie creates life on a whim. Unicorn still OP.
You ruined my tea cakes.
Don't worry, Starlight. Just take your own advice for Trixie and recreate them magically. Also, between the teacup poodle, tea cakes, and teacups, this episode is sponsored by the equestrian tea industry.
Good job, Trix.
Oh no, YouTube's coming for us now, because everyone knows tricks are for kids. Poor Luna had to bottle up her anger over not getting a throne for 7 seasons.
I can't remember the last time we all got to hang out without having to save Equestria.
The previous episode was so long ago. Don't let that train depart. It's in dire need of a safety inspection. This window is missing its frame.
Nothing just disappears, so that's technically a teleportation spell.
With how Trixie behaves in this episode, a lot of bronies who were fans of hers just discovered teleportation.
And magic is friendship and stuff.
Credits. Roll. These escape rooms must be tiny in order to be spaced this closely. Manhattan budget escape rooms. You're chained to a radiator with a combination lock. Now start guessing.
The clues will lead you to a key to get out.
Team building of a computer rig, if this guy has anything to say about it.
He's been on My Little Pony.
Just a little bit. A group of griffins set the record for the fastest escape.
Griffins barely like each other.
That's racist.
We're basically the poster ponies for amazing friendships.
Posters and a whole line of toys as well. Spike watches the disaster that is the disappearance of the map, then goes off to do the dishes because this is clearly not his problem and not his episode.
Do you see this storm cloud? This has never happened before.
With that one line, all possibilities of a headcanon explanation involving Starlight's past experimentation with emotional bottling magic is chucked out the window. Nope, this is the first and last time this random plot device happens. Also, Starlight isn't the only one making bold assumptions and contradictions about how this works. The episode will show her trying to hide it one moment, then it's out in the open the next, then it's obvious that no pony else can see it, then Trixie clearly notices it, shortly after clearly not being able to see it.
I'm hoping if I bottle up my anger, I won't do who knows what to Trixie.
Careful, Starlight. It's remarks like that which will get you put on a watch list. You've already been put on the no-fly list after all.
I've been craving something sweet since I couldn't have any tea cakes this morning.
Starlight will produce the anger smoke after every little remark, but somehow that infuriating line didn't produce the slightest puff.
You solved that triangle-y thing mighty fast.
Applejack only believes in 3 shapes: round apples, square apples, and triangle-y apples.
Does any pony need a purple jewel?
Plum or boysenberry?
You're looking right at it, you tell me. Either it's a letter from Princess Celestia, a fraudulent use of the royal seal, or Spike miscalculated a letter's destination, and it's anyone's guess as to what friendship lesson was never handed in. Watch out, CinemaSins, because cinnamon nuts are the new apple.
Twilight, can you help me, please?
If you read the fine print, you'll see the escape room's only solvable by unicorns disclaimer. Starlight forgets what color her magic is supposed to be.
I wish that Starlight was here to see how strong friendships can be when we trust each other and work together.
The rest of the main 6 must be thinking, Starlight this, Starlight that. You're supposed to be spending time with us, and instead all you ever do is talk about Starlight. Rainbow Dash insists that any ranking of her friends is very clearly defined with no ties. Trixie channels her inner squirrel. The edge of this door changes color for a single frame. Hopefully this knowledge will positively affect her life in some way. In Soviet Ponyville, grannies steal their own purses. The moral of the story isn't to avoid bottling up your anger, it's to keep those bottles more secure. Stock up on nuclear containment casks and bottle away. Why does the smoke infect others? Sure, there's the obvious analogy about how anger spreads to others, but it doesn't happen for any reason other than because episode.
Hang on. Don't you work at the spa?
I'm late for my other job!
I got my other job after the position suddenly opened when the last guy was telefragged by a table. Remember when it took an overnight trip to visit Canterlot? For a trip to Manhattan and back to take place in less than a day, and with time to spare at the spa, the Friendship Express must have really been upgraded. Twilight and the gang are looking directly at the table as it's being put back, but somehow fail to see it, or hear it for that matter. Also, Starlight forgets what color her magic is supposed to be again.
Let's just say I learned a friendship lesson while you were gone. You've barely graduated, and you're already taking initiative.
Twilight fails to interpret friendship lesson as a euphemism for some horrible thing that occurred while she was gone. Well, the castle's still standing, so everything's good in her book. The main six line up and desperately try to provide a moral to close out the episode, not knowing they weren't actually the focus of the episode for a change.
Haven't you learned anything about using magic to solve your problems?
I used magic, so I wouldn't use magic.
Gee, it sure seems like this pony, known for her magical prowess, has a thing against using magic. Fun fact, this song title is actually the duration of the entire credits due to this missing quotation mark. All of the forced self-referential remarks, saving the world a couple episodes ago, going back in time to defeat Twilight, hammering in Starlight's cutie mark thievery, and that time Starlight mind-controlled her friends. None of these have anything to do with this episode. It's just fun to reminisce, isn't it? Not annoying at all.
I remember that.
This has never happened before!
That's right, it goes in the square hole.
Are you okay? I got worried when you hesitated for a second before clicking on the video.